Yeah, hi there. These comments are for OC. I'm using your initials for privacy purposes. So, your situation, so you want to take the TOEFL test in June 28th to be exact, and you also want to take the Gmat test in July. I've been studying for the past 3 weeks for the Gmat exam because I heard that studying for Gmat, TOEFL would be easier. But I'm not sure if that's true. I also need a minimum score of 105. My goodness, that's a high score. You say, I don't know at this point how far I am from that goal. This will be my first time taking the exam. All right. Your first step is, I would recommend you can use my course or some other course. I would recommend that you take a full-length practice IBT exam. It takes about 4.5 hours. You need to know where you are. This is important because then I can tell you how far you are from that goal. You can expect typically, if you study TOEFL on a month-to-month basis, even if you're spending 3 or 4 hours a day, you're probably looking at about 5 to 10 points in improvement for each month that you study. So let's say your TOEFL score right now, when you do the practice test, you're at 80. So you're probably looking at 3 to 5 months for you to reach that goal. Now, if you take the TOEFL right now, the practice test, and your score is around 95 to 100, then you're probably looking at 1 or 2 months. So it really depends on what your score is, and that depends on how much you have to study on a day-to-day basis. It also will determine how long you have to study to reach that goal. Now, in my opinion, the Gmat and the TOEFL exams are both difficult for international students. They are difficult tests. Your TOEFL is going to be difficult just for the fact that you need to get over 105. So that's a pretty high score. So OC. So I'd recommend this. You'll notice I do have study guides that you can use, and the study guide is simply a suggestion of lessons that you can focus on while you're using my online course. So that's kind of how my system works. Is you choose a study guide based on how much time you have, and you start going through those lessons and studying and preparing and so on. And then when you're ready, you may want to take a full-length practice test first to measure your progress, and if you like what you see, then you can take the official IBT exam. But it's about $200, so you want to make sure you're ready to take the test, and that's why you might take a practice test beforehand. Alrighty, anyway, thank you for your comments and for your questions. So my basic advice to you would be, I think it's a good idea for you to see where you are right now, and then after you take the practice test, then you can tell me what you scored and how you did. Then I can give you some more specific recommendations. Anyway, to join my course, well, you know where you are because you're at the join page. After you join my course, I'll send you a username and a password, and then you can go to section 8 of my online TOEFL course. That's where you can take one of my full-length IBT practice tests. Now, I'll be honest with you, it does cost some extra dollars to take that practice test. I've contracted with an outside company. They're pretty good, and they give me discounts for my students, and you can take the practice test. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you probably want to use my 60-day TOEFL study guide and start going through those specific lessons in the vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking areas. And the way that my course works is you go online, you watch the video, or you read the lesson, and then when you're ready, you can complete vocabulary, grammar, reading, and listening practice tests, in which case they're automatically scored at my website, or you can post pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests online, and I will score those in about 24 hours after you're having completed those. So that's one of the reasons students like you might use my course, especially because you want to get feedback in the pronunciation, speaking, and writing areas. And that's what I do. All right, thank you.